Welcome to 2025 Gamesline listeners. It's John. I'm here ready to talk to you about video games. We are podcasting, we are talking, we are going over what's been going on. Holidays are over. We are here, we are back, we are ready to play some games. It's me, John, hosting. With me this time is Maverick. Maverick, how are you doing?
Hey, hello, I'm okay. I'm fine.
You're fine?
No, genuinely good.
Okay.
December was a weird month, I will say. Bit of a weird month, but coming into January, yeah.
I mean, anything you want to discuss, or is it just like, dog, ooh, you know?
It was more like, dog, ooh. But,
okay.
no, coming out of it, the holidays were good. I've had a solid 2 weeks of just not having to do anything. And I go into work tomorrow, so not too quick into anything anyway, but glad that I could actually relax a little bit during this little vacation, little break.
Sure. I'm in a similar boat. Real quick though, before we go too far off on the tangents here, Lorelai, you're also here, the editor in podcast of Gamesline.
The editor in podcasting, yes. Hello, my friends. How are you? I'm here. I'm Christmassy, I guess. I'm all holidayed out.
Yeah, I got a little sick over the holiday. I did some traveling, and I mean, I kept up my masking and all that, but I still got a little sick. But the thing is I don't think I got sick from somebody. The hotel that I was at, I've been to that hotel twice, and both times I got sick.
Wow.
And then my roommate also went to that hotel multiple times, and every time that he went, he got sick too. And it was the exact same thing. It was a sinus infection.
Oh. I think that might be a sign to not stay at that hotel. But...
Yeah, we're going to have to figure something out. Because, I think it is just that hotel might have something fucked up about it.
Yeah. My holiday was mostly nice just because I made, I had 24 pounds worth of not 24, 48 pounds worth of tamales over the last month.
As you do.
They were fucking good. Nice and soft and like wet without being greasy and oily.
Oh.
So they came out so good.
Were they proper corn? Were they masa?
Yeah, proper corn tamales. Yeah.
All right.
We got to do it right.
That's good as hell.
Otherwise it's not a tamale.
But both, I do appreciate both. I will say, we also get the occasional meat tamale, which is literally just that slab of beef that you eat with tortillas and stuff that you just pick off of it. But oh my god! We also had a little pot of tamales to get through for a little bit of the week.
See, I had chicken and pork. Pork with red sauce and chicken with green.
Yep.
That's the only way to do tamales.
Of course.
The proper way.
No, chicken is green, pork is red. That is... I'm not even doing a bit. That is just how you do it.
Exactly.
Sure. Good to know.
I mean, with beef, you can have, the green, chimichurri sauce. Or, a red sauce. That's,
a
that's
chimichurri sauce?
Well, I'm thinking about, carne asada.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
In this dichotomy, beef sticks out as green and red.
Mm-hmm.
Is that an Argentinian tamale?
I don't know. I'm Mexican.
Because I know Argentinians love their chimichurri.
Or, maybe not a full-on chimichurri, but, a green, oh, God, there's a place near me that does, just, a really good, avocado based hot sauce. Oh, God, it's so good.
I would fuck that up. Oh, my God.
Because it's got, the bit more of, a consistency to it, but it's, got just as much kick. It's either avocado or cactus, if I'm remembering right.
Cactus.
You can tell I pay attention to things. You can tell I'm on the ball there.
I've never have you ever had just straight like cactus fruit or like the inside of a like what does that taste like?
Nopales.
Yep.
I love nopal.
Yeah, what would you say it tastes like? Like if you could compare it to something.
Honestly, not much. It's very watery. Like,
is it just like a consistency thing? It's like something that you add to another like ingredient, like it's like a tofu kind of thing.
Yeah. That's actually a good comparison. It's kind of a tofu. It doesn't really have a ton of flavor. It's got a lot of it's a lot of water.
Yeah.
And
what's the consistency? Is it like a jelly?
Almost. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's almost it's like a little bit harder than jelly.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's very it's
because usually you can get like the actual the leaflets, and then you just like chop them up.
Yeah.
I usually see them chopped up into strips, and then that's what you have alongside whatever else you're cooking up, like strips of nopales with your taco. Easy, good to go. You get the little spring onion in there, the little bulb.
Interesting, very interesting. That all sounds like stuff I would want to try. Very cool.
It's delicious. If you can get a place that has nopales with their stuff, it's well worth it. I mean, you're in.
I'm in Texas, so
you're in where you are, so you have a lot of good Mexican food options. Probably.
I mean, there's like when I take my walks every morning, I walk past multiple just cactus plants, and I mean they're in people's yards, so it's not like I could just reach over and grab some or whatever. But I mean, it's like the flat cacti that aren't super spiky. It's the ones that are kind of like the pancake shaped. Yeah. Which I would expect that's what you would use for that sort of thing for the
Yeah, you shave off all the spikes and the outer layer, and you cook it down a little bit, and slice it into nice.
Well, I mean, if I walk by one that isn't owned by somebody, I don't think there's a poison thing I got to worry about. I mean, but yeah, I mean, I'll see if I can make something myself, or if I could order something somewhere else. That would be cool. That would be very cool. I would like to try it.
I was going to say, if there's anything for you to try in the timing of this episode, I mean, we're recording on Sunday. Tomorrow is Three Kings Day. So
gotta get a rosca.
Yeah, I've been awful about getting a rosca.
I'm sad my girlfriend's out of town, so we can't do our annual eat a rosca together. Crack it open, find a little statue of Jesus hidden inside your bread.
Yeah, that means you have to host the next party.
You're gonna have to do it over Discord or something now.
Yep.
Yeah. I love it when I look this up. I can see Rosca de Reyes Costco.
Yep. No, Costco carries that shit.
Oh my god.
Costco especially carries a lot of stuff these days.
Oh, it's so nice. They've got I will regularly go there and just get their pre-portioned bulgogi and stuff like that, and taco kits and stuff like that. I like the ones where you have to fully cook everything yourself, like the bulgogi one and a couple of the others that are just hey, we give you the ingredients to take home and cook yourself. But it's nice.
They got Kewpie mayo there. I don't even have to go to the Asian market for Kewpie mayo. They just have it at Costco now.
They have giant things of tajin at the one in my down the street from me, which made me so happy.
That's solid.
So food is one of the most important things in all of our lives, but I think another thing that is extremely important to all of us is gaming.
Video games?
Video gaming on your Atari computer system. No.
I mean, I could whip mine out and plug it in and then do that next week and talk about playing Space Invaders.
I mean, if you want to, I'm not going to stop you, but I'm just saying shit, really.
I played Space Invaders on my 2600. That's it.
Much like the Three
know.
Wise Kings, here we are, the Three Wise Gamers.
Three Wise Gamers, yeah, here to tell you about what's been going on games-wise. I mean, like, okay, another tangent. Lorelai, do you have a favorite version of Space Invaders? Do you have an opinion on a particular version of Space Invaders?
The only ones I ever messed with was my Atari 2600 when I was growing up, so...
Okay. Because, I mean, there's a Space Invaders Extreme on the DS, and I think they recently, like, ported that to, like, the Switch and added a couple more things. That is it's you know, one of those, like, new school, like, upgrade things that they did that pretty often on the DS, like, you know, Tetris DS had all that special stuff, and, you know, they did that quite a bit. And they also did that a lot on the PS1. Like, there were those, like, it was mostly, the actual Atari games, because I remember there was like a Pong game and like a Centipede game that was like a 3D like upgraded kind of thing. They were trying to do like new versions of those games on PS1. Very weird but very interesting era. But then the other interesting thing involving a Space Invaders is the Game Boy version. The original Game Boy version actually has two separate versions on the cart. Because when you put it into your Super Game Boy, it pulls up just basically a Super Nintendo version of Space Invaders. So there's a Super Nintendo version of Space Invaders on the Game Boy cart, pretty much, which is very crazy. That's my knowledge for you all today. That I'm talking about Space Invaders. But let's talk about games we actually played. Let's talk about games that actually happened over the holidays. I think all of us can relate to playing Metaphor. I played a lot of Metaphor over the holidays. I'm very close to being done.
Yeah.
As are you, Mavericks. Maverick, what's going on your end? How are you feeling?
I feel ready to end this damn game. I appreciate it. I do like what I've been playing so far, but it's like I'm literally to not like spoil everything that's going on. Basically, there is a section of the game that literally just says directly, here are the last days of free time you have before you just do the final boss. Prepare, and then you do the final boss.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's been well used that time to just like boost up my followers, do like whatever I can to just go and like finish up tasks, level up archetypes, getting the really fun archetypes too, and like maxing those out, because there's some freaks in that like final roster.
There's some real dumb shit you can do.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, getting those is pretty much the only way to beat some of the super bosses that are in there.
Yeah, and
yeah. Are you doing
now,
any of the super bosses, Maverick?
I am at like the last part of that like quest about the super bosses.
Okay.
I literally got there this morning, and I tried it, and I was just like, all right, I'm gonna give this some time. I'm maybe gonna try and like grind a little bit for like any archetypes or like any additional skills that might like help make this easier. It's a very resource demanding boss fight. Like you really gotta like pay attention to just what's going on.
And it does really fucked up things like if you can fully resist it, it just instant wipes you.
Yeah, or if you have anything that does repel damage, it'll be like, oh, that's cute. Immediate game over.
Yep.
You can nullify stuff, which is pretty funny. But like, yeah, which I think is like, if you were somebody that was like just getting off of that from, and these super bosses don't have a particular order, but there's definitely a way that makes the most sense to like navigate them, as you're also just like getting like quest gear and all this stuff where, this stuff that I've learned from these other bosses actually helps a lot to make this boss a lot easier. And if you just immediately go into the final, like, super boss out of that whole set, and you forget to unequip all that, well, yeah, it's very, yeah, pretty much. It kind of banks on you jumping the gun there and just being like, okay, yeah, let me do this. And then it'll be like, oops, nah. Sorry, man, you got to think about this again.
Like, I appreciate that it made me think and change my builds a lot.
Yes.
And shift things. And like, that's one of the things I really appreciate about this game is like, it's not hard per se. Like, once you figure out the systems, it's easier than a Shin Megami Tensei game. It's maybe a tiny bit more, you have to put a little more thought into it than a Persona. Like, you can get through an entire Persona game without using a debuff once, but here you kind of have to. And when you get to those super bosses, you have to use all of your brain skills to think about how to beat them without triggering their, oh yeah, I'm just going to instant kill you now.
Yeah, or it's just like, okay, do I want to make this a turn that is actual damage, or do I want to make this a turn that's getting myself back up to like baseline, getting the boss to to enact less damage? It's a lot more involved and really is asking you to pay a little bit of attention. But once you figure out that flow, it reminds me a lot of like Tokyo Mirage Sessions in that way.
Yeah.
Where, I mean, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, as soon as you like got the combo going, you could just clock out. You won pretty much.
The best Persona game.
Honestly. But it's like the flow of just, I know my system and that system is working as intended. But also there will be snags where it's like, okay, shit, I gotta re-center. If I gotta heal up a party member, get my defense going again. If I gotta bring back the focus from another kind of opponent, just really good at making you just keep one extra eye than you normally would.
Yeah, and there are little tricks, like one of the super bosses that you fight also that you've already fought that uses a lot of fire, also has an instant kill that it does on reflect unless it has a debuff and you have buffs, because it prioritizes wiping out your buffs and their debuffs. Mm-hmm. And its debuffs over its instant kill move.
Yeah, or it's like, if you do what you can to target its attack, it's going to prioritize just getting its attack back to the highest. And if you have moves that basically reduce all three stats, it's going to ignore getting all of it back to base level and just prioritize attacking, which makes the allocation of resources there a lot more manageable when it's like, okay, cool. Maybe this turn I'll boost myself up for all three stats. That way it has to waste a turn debuffing me alongside making sure it does have all its stacked attack. Yeah. But then it's still going to have -3 defense and -3 agility. And maybe I've got somebody who can just dodge any attack that it's doing, and that'll also reduce turns.
Heisme the king.
Yeah, him dodging so much was really good. Yeah, so that again, not to spoil too much, but I have not fought the last of the super bosses. I did the first 3, and the third one is the one that is resistant to everything. Except Almighty. And so I basically got completely wiped except for Heisme because he kept dodging. And the last thing and I was like, okay, am I gonna try to revive someone and then try to do something else, or how am I gonna hit this? And then I just did a full on you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna try one last thing. And I just used one of those food things that does 300 almighty damage, and I just threw that out real quick, and that killed it.
Perfect.
I was so ready to just like have wiped completely, and I was like, I don't think this is gonna do enough damage, but I'm gonna try it, and it did. I was just like,
I had that happen earlier tonight in a different game I was or last night in a different game I was playing, where I had 12 HP left, and I was just like, all right, fuck it, I give up. I'm going to reset, start this battle from the beginning. So I just chose the default attack, and it killed. And it was like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh,
sometimes
fucking thank God.
Sometimes it just works, you know?
Video games. But yeah, metaphor, like when it makes you think with fights, it's so good. It is.
Yeah, I've been hearing some rumors of them doing DLC, and so I would love if they had some more challenge fight DLC stuff.
I just want them to add more characters as actual party members, because there are people you team up with that are like, you should be in my party. You should be punching people in my party, damn it.
Yeah, it is like when I got the full it's Katharina. Like, it's just like, yeah, you're just talking about her, because it's just there is a bit where you just basically unlock her to like be in a dungeon with you, and then she'll show up during the boss fight and do an attack, and it's like, come on, like she's here, she's right here. Like,
see, I got lucky in that she did that in one of my super boss fights. So you start like eliminating like half its health right on the first turn, because she comes in and just kicks the shit out of it. It's like, let her join me forever, please.
Yeah, I think it's really obvious that she was supposed to be a party member, and because she's like, okay, she's also like a parapus, right? Like one of the other
the bunny girls.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like she kind like her like she kind of shares a race with one of the other characters that you get, but you know, her design is way more different. So she definitely was supposed to be.
Her design is way more main character than that other character looks like a side character that you talk to like twice in a game, like all dark clothes, no funny hair. Like, no unique look.
And let's not get ahead of ourselves. They do have some pretty funny hair.
I don't want to talk too much shit.
I know
about the last party member.
I love the last party member though. Like, the kind of person you love to spend time with.
Yes.
It was definitely done where I'm like, oh, okay, you 50-50 on whether or not that was going to happen or how it was all going to happen, but definitely an example of like not trying to hit like a gotcha or like a swerve moment, but it's like, okay, no, you're doing this in a way that really feels organic to what's like coming through in that narrative, and that I really appreciate. It's not a Haru, and you know, you don't need to put in a whole other game where you develop this character now, because you've at least done the work to have that character still be present and still be around. But now the question is, cool, the circumstances that got you to party member status are now the crux of your character and how we can actually like build on you. It's wild what happens when you learn how to like write a story after like 4 games in.
Like that is one of the things, is they kind of nail it with all of their stuff in this game. Like, they don't, like, I was worried about Katharina going like, I love capitalism or something, and like they didn't fucking go there. They didn't like betray any of their characters, which is their usual pattern, where it's like, you know, I hate being sexualized, I'm gonna go get sexualized. Like,
yeah, it's definitely way it's definitely way better, and it's making me more excited for. I mean, not just Persona 6, but like other stuff that team is working on, because I was going to be like, oh, Metaphor is probably going to be rough. I'm just going to look forward to Persona 6 because Hashino's not working on it. But it really does seem like Hashino cleaned up his act for the most part. I mean, I'd have to see how he actually handles like actual like LGBTQ characters in one of his games, but for the most part, like this is like this is way better than what I expected, for sure.
He actually told a story about racism and shit without like stepping on his own toes at every turn. Like yes, it's racism in the yes, but what about the green-skinned people? Kind of shit. But
it's fantasy stuff, but it still feels it feels natural. It doesn't feel like they're trying to be like, oh well, we're just making it, fantasy racism to make it so it doesn't feel as bad. It's like, no, this feels like a world, and the way that you interact with everybody feels very natural. Like, yeah, like the different kinds of racism that you run into as like a very marginalized character. It feels very realistic, where like one person you're talking to is just outright shitty to you, and then you talk to somebody else and they're just kind of like, oh, I didn't know that they let you people in here. I guess times are changing. It's like that kind of shit where it's just like, what are you saying? Like, it's good. I do really like Metaphor a lot. It's definitely not my favorite of the Atlas RPGs that I played this year.
Oh yeah, no.
But it's still very good. Let's see here. Have either of you been playing Pokemon TCG Pocket?
Nope.
I've been picking up cards, playing, not entirely.
So I actually kind of like the meta of this game. I actually like playing it. I have a few decks. I have the Mewtwo and Mew deck that I've been running since the beginning. Like, I pretty much just went full focus to get the Mewtwo deck, because that it was like the meta deck, and B, it's Mewtwo. I love Mewtwo, and them being like, oh hey, Mewtwo is one of the better decks right now in the format. It's like, fine, you know what, that sounds good to me. So I grabbed that up. I'm completely free to play, too. I haven't spent a dime on the game, and I have almost all the cards. So, like, as long as you're, like, logging in every day and, doing all that stuff, you're set. You're pretty much set. They added a new, like, half set, because the first set was, like, 3 packs, and they had a good amount of overlap for a lot of the cards, but it's like, oh, if you're opening the Mewtwo pack, it's like you're going to get, Mewtwo cards and then cards that kind of help with that deck. And then there's like a Charizard pack and a Pikachu pack. So then they introduced a Tropical Island pack, which it's just focused on like Mew and Celebi. And so the Mew stuff, Mew isn't really its own deck. Like, I put it in with my Mewtwo deck, and that has worked pretty well. But the Celebi is its own deck. And I'm going to be honest, I thought that deck was going to be fucked. And it is on paper, but every time I've played it, I've just gotten my ass beat. Because what the deck is there's a Celebi card where it's 2 grass energy to do an attack that does 50, you flip a coin, and every time you get heads, it's 50 damage for every heads. But then they introduced a Superior card, which makes it so your grass energy is doubled, and you flip a coin for every energy attached to the Celebi, so you can keep attaching more energy. And then the Superior doubles that, so you can go fucking crazy. But every time I play, I don't get any fucking heads. I'm just getting my ass beat. And it takes like 3 years for Superior to show up. I don't know what's going on. My luck is just horrible when I'm playing that deck specifically. There's a bunch of other decks that I play that have some coin flip stuff. I never have it as bad as with the Celebi. Like, if they came out and said, oh, actually we like made Celebi decks have worse luck because we didn't want people to be like overdoing it with that deck. I would believe it 100%. I would be like, okay, yeah, no, now I feel better about this. But no, it's a pretty balanced metagame, all things considered. I think it's really fun. It's very easy to play. Free to play. Like there's some like weirder decks that are completely free to play viable. I mean, again, like I said though, I'm completely free to play, and I have I have complete decks that are the full meta, like decks that you would expect you'd have to pay money for. And it's like, it took me a little bit to grind up to get it because I had to keep opening packs, but I got it. Like I got it. You just gotta play with the free-to-play decks for a hot minute until you get the better ones over time. It's fun. It's fun though. I do very much like that game so far. I mean, it could fall apart at any second.
One balance update.
Yeah, there could be a balance update where they just add some insane stupid shit and it just is horrible, but right now it's fine and I like it a lot and I'm still playing it. That game is as good as it is that like I have thought about getting the like battle pass thing that they have, not because like, oh, I need to get these items, but like I'm just feeling like a pure just walking around money kind of thing where I'm just like, I like their product. I'll give them $6 a month because I like it.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel. I haven't done it yet, but I thought about it. And the fact that I thought about it says something, I would say. Maverick, your list here says the scam of American Gacha. What's going on there? What's the scam being perpetuated upon yourself?
Brother, let me tell you something. So, earlier, and I believe we had talked about this as well. Mm-hmm. Earlier in the year, this past November, I went and took a trip to Japan, and phenomenal, great. What a great time, Part of that, as you would expect, was spent at, like, the game centers of, like, Tokyo and the area. And, you get yourself a little capsule machine, you get yourself a little, like, claw game, a little UFO catcher. You're participating in the reality that, yeah, I know I'm going to spend a ton of money on this thing if I'm needing to put a modicum of skill in, but that's fine. I'm participating in this exchange. I'm well within the understanding of that. Recently, it feels like there's been a boom of like UFO catchers here in the States. And in New York, there have actually been more like video arcades really centered on like, okay, maybe we'll do like a couple of like rhythm games and like card them out, but we're also going to have like a real big dedication of like claw games, and in some of those at that point it's like you'll see like some places where it'll have effectively like your standard like Pokemon, Kirby's, anime figures that you could like collect. Some of these cases might also have like original plushes and stuff that they throw in. Like, got a design, we've got some hookup that basically will just have these like available. You can either like win a cute little new thing, or at this one that I'm talking about in particular, you could like trade it in for tickets to get something else that you might want if you don't necessarily want that. But the scam, so to say, is the exchange rate on a lot of these fucking things. Because let me tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me. Like, you go, and let's say that you were at, like, round 1, and you fill up your point card, right? That's fine. Because effectively, well, no, that's even where it starts. In a lot of these Japanese games, and, I mean, right then and there, having had a chance to play them, you're just putting in the money. Like, oh, one play is 100 yen or 300 yen? All right. Here's those effective 300 yen. Good to go. And then I'm just going to, like, go do whatever else. If I'm going to a capsule capsule machine, oh, it's going to cost me 500 yen for this really nice little decoration. All right, that's fine. I'm getting one of however many, but maybe it's like for a machine where I know that I want all of these as is. 500 yen, it's like what? Not even 250 USD.
Yeah.
Maybe less.
Like on your usual, like what I was used to as a exchange rate would be like $5.
Yeah.
Now it's half that. Yeah.
Exactly. 500, like $3. Not bad.
Yeah.
You go to these places here, and like again, you get your so instead of just throwing in $1, getting however many plays, you basically have to take out your rewards card. Again, the round 1 card, the video arcade card, but you're effectively paying more for the points than you would at a standard arcade, or if it was still just like a 1-to-1. And that's where it starts to just like add up, where it's like, oh, I got like, how much even? 107 points to use for like $30. Then you go to like the machines and it's like, oh, one play is 7 points, and it's like, buddy, whoa. You're telling me that I'm only going to have like, 8 chances at this thing, and then I'm going to have to go top up again. Knowing fully well that like, there's only so much of a guarantee that I am going to play enough for the equivalent of like a $30 plush, a $20 plush, or like a $20 figurine. Just wasn't adding up. But that's how they get you. Or it's like, oh yeah, play the place that we went to, I think they had like Chinese editions of like some of the machines, where not only did I try to play Groove Coaster on like a semi-busted machine, it also like only had 2 plays per like swipe of your card.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Come on.
Nah, and I was annoyed because it's like, you're telling me I have to pay like 7 or 6 points for this when I could go to another arcade and at least get the additional like turn. They did have like the latest like a Tunism machine. Like it was actually like translated in English for once.
Yeah, the arcade near me, Arcade UFO, they updated their Tunism, and I am so fucking happy about that, because you could fucking because I'm just like unlocking the fucking Kill Me Baby characters now. I'm just like, I don't fucking care. I'm just doing what I gotta do,
Yeah, again, there was like some promotion that they're doing now with like quintessential quintuplets, I guess. I don't know. But sure. But yeah, it's like other machines are just like, unless it was like the full on import from Japan proper, they're also like undercutting you a bit. And then I was at another store where they had like full on capsule machines, and this is where I got annoyed, where instead of letting you put in like a proper like quarter or something, you had to put in a special token. But these tokens costed like $2.18 or something, and like $2.18 per token for a machine that is requesting 4 tokens for a product that, at that point it's like, oh yeah, 400 yen. You're paying more. Like, it's such an upcharge at that point.
Yep.
Especially for something that would just be like the 300 yen figure. You're paying double the price.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I'm not a fan of it. We got to leave that behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's really bad. We have a place like that down the street from us that does the same thing, and every time I go there, I get like irrationally angry. I get like if you're at a convention or something, like I know at conventions I regularly see tables like, hey, when you buy something, you get a token that you can put into the gacha machine or whatever, that have regular gacha machines with gacha prize figures and whatnot. But it is really, really frustrating. The store down the street, come on in, grab your tokens, and tokens are, I think they're $3 each.
Oh my God.
At the place here. And it's the only place in town that has anything like that, so people are doing it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why are you people like this?
It's the fact that it is like the same machines that you would see out in like Japan, but that are like much cheaper.
Take 100 yen coin and you're good.
Yeah, no, like the most you're ever going to pay in that is like 500 yen. So you're not spending more than $3. But already you're like at that level for the entry point. And then they're asking you to pay like 9 at that point.
It's really frustrating. And like once I heard you start talking, like I didn't quite get what was on the thing. I thought you were going to talk about how much worse like American phone gacha is. And then you started talking and I was like, oh, I know exactly where this shit's going. Yeah, I want to fucking break something constantly whenever I'm in that store.
Because it's like, I don't know.
One of the only good places I can get good pens and stuff like that. But
right. Like, one like little thing about, I guess, like the news at the time, by the end of this month, one of the like classic arcades over in Kyoto is going to shut down, which, unfortunate, it sucks to hear. It's like, it's such a interesting thing to look at the like ebb and flow of like the standard video arcade. I feel like here in the States, we are seeing a bit of a revival of sorts through smaller chains, through the addition of like the Crane game, the Claw Machine, and then also places, you know, my immediate thought is Round One, definitely alongside that Dave and Buster's of just like, yeah, like make this a place to be with people, hang out, have it be like the center to like, yeah, like a social center. But I don't know, it's like one of those things that ultimately I'm just yapping, like complaining for the sake of just having something to yap about. But it still is like knowing that these are going to be things that predominantly attract, you know, like especially in New York, it's going to attract your like lower income kids because like they're hanging out. They want to go get cool anime stuff because they love anime. They are part of the population that is like really bringing it in as its own thing at this point. But they're also getting shelled out $10 a pop for that stuff. And it's like, when you're 12, 15, $10 is a lot to consider. Hell, you got to ask your folks for 20. That's already half of your money. Can't even get
Can I get $50 to go to the Gachapon store? And there's stores here now too. It's that you literally walk in and the only thing is a shitload of Gachapon, and it's like, okay, this is really cool, or it would be if I didn't have to go get some fucking tokens.
Yeah, because again, that's what they also do in Japan, but with the fact that it's like, you just use your money. Like, if it literally was just, hey, here's this thing that is going to cost me $5, I'd at least be less upset about it.
Well, it's the kind of thing that if I see a Gachapon machine with stuff that, like, oh, I really like that, half the time I'll just go look on AmiAmi and spend $20 plus, like, $5 shipping to get
and it's
guaranteed every single thing in there plus one. Like, why the fuck would I do anything else? Or sometimes you get 2 of every single thing, like the Shin Megami Tensei keychains that I have, which is so I've got like a shitload of Jack Frosts all around the house. Like, it's so fucking annoying.
Yeah, it's very bizarre. It's because, like, I understand paying a little bit extra for the experience, and also because it's, kind of an import thing, but there's a point where it tips over.
It's an import thing, but at the same time, it's like, this is already being advertised as the fun little thing you do because you've got a spare $2 in your pocket.
Yeah.
A spare $5. You're okay with, like, not getting food right now. maybe you're gonna go to like the little thing and like get something.
Yeah.
But somehow that is now a lot more expensive, even here in the States.
Yeah. Alright, Lorelai, you've been gaming too as well. What's something that you've been up to?
So recently I've been going back on my what are games I'm thinking about as game of the year and whatnot. And I've been replaying some. Like, I already talked a little more about like Dragon Age last week, but this week I went back to and I've replayed all of Dungeons of Hintenburg, and that game is just like, it's really nice. I like, my only complaint about it is really I wish the main character moved faster. But like, it's a pretty simple like action puzzle kind of dungeon crawler kind of game where you're also like constantly trying to pick up everything off the side to upgrade things, but like it's got that daily system like a Persona where you every day, like, you open with go to a dungeon or relax on a bench or whatever. Right. The game implies at the beginning that you have like 24 days of vacation time that you took off your week work to explore the magical 24 dungeons that showed up in this small Austrian mountain town. But it's just like you've got 4 different areas that you go to, and each one has like 6 or 8 dungeons in it. They start simple. They start getting a little more complex, puzzle-wise. You have to turn on your brain towards the end a little bit. The combat isn't super difficult, but there's just this really chill feeling, and I think that's what they were going for. Like, hey, your character is on a really chill, taking a vacation to get away from their job as a lawyer, as a junior associate at a law firm, and just like, oh, I just gotta, I hate my job. I just need to get away from there. And so I'm going to go to this quaint little town where all these magical dungeons appear, and the world knows they're there. Like, all of the slayers are like professionals and whatnot, and like people who go out to fight magic dungeons and explore and become celebrities. And you get to meet this fun cast of characters that half of them are there for vacation. Others are there because they're professionals and like, so you go your day, you relax at a bench or go into a dungeon and either clear it or whatnot. There's literally no time limit, so you don't have to like worry about clearing everything in one day to see everything. And then you get done and you come back to town, and then you choose to hang out with one of the people in town. And that's the end of your day. You wake up and you do it all again tomorrow. But it's just kind of nice. Like, you build your social links, and that powers you up and gets you the ability to unlock treasure chests that are locked and things like that, and mark out how many treasures are left in a certain dungeon eventually and stuff like that. So if you missed anything, you can go back and find it. And there's just this, it's just a really kind of relaxing game. And going back to, I only intended to play like a couple hours just to refresh myself. And I ended up replaying the whole game again. It was just kind of what I needed. I was like really stressed. And then, hey, this thing is like, it's a game that is just fun and has the vibe of its vibe like affected me. Like, I needed to relax, and I found it really relaxing, and that's what the entire game is about. Like, there's a lot of charm to it, and I would highly, like, it definitely jumped up a few spots on my list, which is nice, going, like, that's the fun thing about going back to stuff.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, but
always good to have the histories and all that.
Yeah,
sure.
Like, definitely a recommendation for me is a game that's well worth playing. Like,
I played a bit of it like a couple of months back when I still had Game Pass, and yeah, I liked what I tried of it. I think it was definitely just a thing where it's like, you know, again, that relaxation. I was definitely getting to it when maybe I couldn't like fully hit that Zen state, but what I played of it, I did appreciate. Like, it really did stick out as something that, you know, maybe later this year I would want to come back to and try out again.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, definitely something that, like, I hope more people get a chance to try it out, because I think it's definitely doing something fun. It's doing something that feels very cognizant of just, like, the relationship to games and the relationship to play in the current day and age.
Yeah. It's also just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like, that game looks really good. Like, it's nice to look at.
Yeah. It does.
Like, as I said, my biggest complaint, and part of the reason that I kept going, is like, it just kind of it builds its difficulty pretty well, but it starts out way too easy. Like, the first few dungeons you do are just like, calling it a cakewalk would be an insult to cakewalks. Like, it's very not turn your brain on, and then they start adding, like, shifting walls, and, like, there's an entire MC Escher fucking level where you're just, like, shifting what wall you're on, and then other walls, and trying to puzzle your way through. That was incredibly fun. Like, like, my only real complaint about that game is, like, when you start it, it's totally brain off for the first bit, and then builds.
Yeah.
Good to hear.
And I will say, I really like that the third area you open up is you have different magic in each of the different areas, and the third area is a ski hill, and it opens, one of your spells is just, I put a snowboard under my feet and shred. And it fucking rules.
That is pretty good. All right, let's see here. You definitely have a little bit more to talk about than the rest of us do, but we also do have a little bit of news. It's a little slow because it's, you know, we're getting back into the swing of things. And also, Nintendo still hasn't announced the fucking Switch 2, even though literally everything about it is leaked except for the game.
I know, and right?
That's the most
and
annoying
even some
thing
of those
ever.
have.
Well, not fully. I don't know. I've seen some rumors, but like I want to know for sure. I don't fucking care about the graphics and shit. I want to know what games are gonna be on that thing. Like, come on. Ugh. Anyway, here's the news. Let's just run through it real quick, because there's not a lot. Comiket happened recently, which is the big doujin convention that Japan has, where it's just, you know, mostly fan works, etc., etc. And something somewhat official got announced, however, in that there's going to be an HD remaster of Recettear, which
Capitalism Ho!
Capitalism
baby!
Ho! If you're not familiar with that game, it was one of the first, like, Japanese games on Steam, if I remember correctly.
It may have been. God.
It was one of the first, for sure.
One of the first, like, localized ones.
Yes. And it is just this cute little dungeon crawling RPG with, like, you play as a girl who has to run a shop, and then you go you hire mercenaries to go down to the dungeon with you so you can get more items and stuff to sell at your shop. It's cute. It's got a really good translation, and it holds up pretty well, I would say, today, even. It's...
I was gonna say, I mean, to be fair, you're not going down there because you opened a shop. You're going down there because your parents died and you're massively in debt.
And you're forced
your
to
debt
do it. Yeah.
collector shows up and goes, "Well, this is the only way you'll get out of this."
Yes. It's very goofy. It's a great game though. Like just straight up, I think it's a great game. And I hope they've only announced it for PC. I hope that this gets ported to console. Like I think that you know, obviously everything sells better on Switch, but if this got sold on Switch, I know it would be gigantic. It's a good game. I'm looking forward to, you know, more people getting to play it. I don't know what else they're going to be adding. You know, they just said, oh, it's the HD version, and it doesn't it looks pretty much the same to me. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, honestly, I don't want something different. That game is honestly brilliant. Like,
yeah, like it doesn't need like an update to the graphics or anything. I don't know what they could HDify per se, or like I can't really think of any like egregious like gameplay mechanics that need to be updated. Like that game is fine the way it is. And I mean, you can get it on Steam right now for like $3, so
it's worth it.
Yeah, if you want to play it on Steam, you can get it right now and just play that, and you'll be plenty happy. I don't know what's going on with this HD thing. Like I thought that this was them being like, oh hey, we're gonna do console ports, and like the HD thing is just kind of like an excuse to do it. But they haven't announced the console ports. They've just said it's for PC, so I don't fucking know. We'll see. They need to just drop this on the consoles. Like they just need, if they just put it on fucking Switch and PS5 and Xbox or whatever, it'll sell really well. People will find this weird little gem and they'll have a great time with it. And it is being the translation for the HD version is being handled by the same folks who did the original one. I don't think they've officially said it yet, but the guy who ran it, Space Drake on like Twitter and Blue Sky, has been quote retweeting it and like replying to every question of people being like, "Oh, you're translating it right?" with like the knowing smile emoji. So yeah, they're doing it.
Good.
And that's the same. Those are the same folks that did that, like those Trails in the Sky translations back in the day. Those really that really harrowing and sad story behind that kind of ended up being a being a happy ending at the end of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm glad. I'm glad more people are going to be able to play that game. Speaking of Steam, the Team Fortress comics finally got an ending. They posted the final chapter of the Team Fortress 2 comics. I genuinely did not think this was something that was ever going to happen. I mean, there was some rumblings, I think like early last year, of someone like emailing Eric Wolpaw or whoever, I think it was Eric Wolpaw, and being like, "Hey, any updates?" And then he like replied with like a picture from the comic, and everyone was like, "Oh shit! Oh, this is new art. What?" But no, if you've ever been into TF2, you've already read it. You've already read it. I don't even need to say go check it out. No, you've already read it. I thought it was a great ending. I thought it was very cute, very heartwarming, very fun. I love those characters a whole lot, so I'm glad that they got that.
Got that ending they so rightfully deserve.
Exactly, yeah. And it was also very funny that Overwatch put out a comic like the same day. Just a
Overwatch
random comic.
Is still putting out comics?
Exactly. I didn't know they were still doing it. I only knew because everyone was like, "Come on."
Like, I am sorry. Like, the fact that they didn't put out like an ongoing comic along with like that, just put out an issue every update or something.
Yeah, it's
still
really
baffles
bizarre.
me to date. Like,
because they were doing it for a hot minute, and then they just stopped, and all of a sudden, like, as soon as TF2 came out with one, they were like, oh shit, wait, hit the button. Like, very weird. I don't know. Blizzard is so weird with that shit.
I mean, Blizzard is just fucking, I do not know what is going on there now. And because it is...
Never will, I don't think.
Simultaneously, every rumor that comes out of there is like, oh, things are better now that certain people are gone and like their PR has improved.
Yeah.
The work environment has apparently improved from friends of mine who work there. But Microsoft is not a big drastic improvement over Bobby Kotick.
Yeah. Very frustrating. Very, very strange. But yeah, no, what I truly hope is, I hope that they, because I don't know if you remember that big old like Dark Horse Steam like comics collection that they put out. Yeah. There was like the comics that all the TF2 comics at the time, and then like there was like a Portal comic and a couple like Left 4 Dead 2 things. I hope they re-release that with the full TF2 comic, because that is extremely expensive now. It is very rare, and so it would be nice for them to make a physical collection of all of those comics again, because God, yeah, no, fantastic stuff. Very funny, very charming, very beautiful stuff. I used to be a gigantic TF2 fan, and you know, I still am casually, but like I was crazy. Like the reason why I bought a computer for the first time, like an actual PC, was just to play TF2 on PC. So that was my my origins there for that. But no, it's bittersweet though, for sure, to see that ending, and also the lore behind it all is very funny.
I mean, it's also nice that they didn't fuck it up, so it gets to go out on a high note.
Yeah, it's a nice ending.
Because the amount of long-running things that end with like just total dog shit endings in comics is a lot.
I mean, the ending was pretty much that picture, that tweet where it was like the official Family Guy Twitter account posting like, "We saved you a spot at the table," and so, like during Thanksgiving, and then someone quote retweeting it was just like, "I'm so happy, thank you, Peter." Like that was pretty much the ending, which, you know, that's still pretty good though.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Heavy, you let me fire the gun. Thank you.
It's okay, you can touch Sasha.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just a very intricate look at what it feels like to touch Sasha for the first time.
Heavy's just like standing behind you, but knowingly nodding, like, "I trust you."
It's doing the thing. This is a pull. There is a panel from like that old fucking Dr. McNinja panel or comic where it's like, I'm having this character play a I'm having this character play a song. I didn't really have one in mind, but if I had to guess, it'd be this. And they linked to like an old Foreigner track. At the bottom of the comic, it's like, imagine this is playing the whole time, and it's like fucking David Bowie Heroes to commemorate.
Yeah, I think they did that in Sex Criminals too, where it was like they were just like, "Oh yeah, just imagine that like a Queen song is playing over this." You know, we can't pay for it, but
boot up the new tab, just have that going while you read the comic.
Yeah. And our last bit of news here is a bit of a disappointment, but it's also something that I kind of understand. So Imran Khan, who does stuff for Kinda Funny and some other places, he's just kind of got his fingers in a lot of pies. He said on Recettear that he heard that the Punch-Out series is dead for the most part. He said that he went out for drinks with someone who worked at Next Level, who were the people that made the Punch-Out on the Wii, and they pretty much said, "Yeah, we want to make another one, we would like to do it, but Nintendo pretty much told us that we would want to take the stereotypes out, but we also know that people would be pissed because they're attached to the characters, so we're just not gonna do it. We're just not gonna touch it now." which does make sense, but it's still a bummer because Punch-Out is really, really good, and I like that's one of my favorite Nintendo franchises. But again, yeah, I get it. Like the quote here, I'll read the exact quote that he said. He said, "I got someone from, let's say, a studio close to Punch-Out, drunk at a bar once, and asked about a new one. Story I was told was that there was significantly more backlash against the characters of the Wii game than they expected. Team spent a lot of time assuring Nintendo they weren't leaning into bad stereotypes, so everyone just kind of furrowed the brow and called it done. Especially since other games for that team have sold much, much better." So also, yeah, they made they've been making the new Luigi's Mansion stuff and like some of the Mario sports games, and yeah, those obviously, they're tied to Mario. They're going to sell better than Punch-Out. Yeah. So yeah, again, it all makes sense, but still, like Punch-Out Wii is one of my favorite Wii games. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out is one of my favorite NES games. Like I do really love those games, even with how rough those stereotypes can be. But I mean, my thing that I think they just need to do is they just need to do what they did with Soda Popinski and just make up stereotypes.
Yes,
like just do something like. Just make some shit up that's like parallel, like alternate universe stereotypes, because yeah, like everyone remembers Soda Popinski because it's a weird thing he's doing. Like if he was just, it's just a drunk Russian guy, like whatever. But the fact that he's like drinking like genetically modified soda to make him more powerful, like that's hysterical. That's great. Like do that shit.
Gotta get his Coke Zero.
Yeah, like. I mean, I remember in Punch-Out Wii because they had the rematches. Like, yeah, like when you first fight him, he's just drinking his regular soda, but then the second time, yeah, like Russian scientists are creating like super soldier serum soda for him to drink so he can beat Little Mac. Like that's the stuff that I want to see. Like that's the goofy shit,
Bonus
like having
soda.
Like having Glass Joe come out and be like, "Oh, baguette," like whatever. Like make him. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to sit down and think, but I think that's absolutely what they could do. They could just be like, these are just weird, like obviously, I still really like them having them all be different nationalities. Like it was cool that in Punch-Out Wii that they were all speaking their native tongue and all that. Like that was cool. It's just, just don't make it as overtly stereotypical as possible, because it never really felt like they were trying to be like hateful. It was just being like, well, he's French, so he likes baguettes. He's Japanese, so he's gonna bow, and he's got the headband. It's just signifiers more than anything. But I do think that it would be more fun to just lean into like a goofy aspect of it and just make up shit for the characters, like they did with Soda Popinski.
Yeah.
But I guess they're just not going to do it though. I don't know. Yeah, it's a shame, but again, I get it. People would kind of be expecting those characters, and if they change it, it would be kind of a big shock. And Nintendo's just like, yeah, we're just not going to touch that, which I get it. Yeah.
Is sad, but also like not entirely
wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Hell, I'd make a new Punch-Out game and have Little Mac be the last boss. He's the greatest boxer in the world.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Cause like Next Level, they'll definitely like worry Nintendo a lot, I think, with Punch-Out, because I remember them saying like, oh, we wanted to have, because in Punch-Out Wii the secret extra final boss is Donkey Kong, and apparently they originally wanted it to be Peach because they were just like, oh, it'd be cool to have a female boxer, but then Nintendo was just like, that doesn't sit right, that probably wouldn't go over well. And it's like, it feels like Next Level has good intentions. It's just they keep presenting stuff that Nintendo's just like to, like, understandably so. Like, yeah. I absolutely get it. Yeah, you don't want to have like domestic violence shit going on pretty much in your Nintendo game, but also like Yeah, like they absolutely were right to be like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we had some female representation? Like they were coming at it from a good angle. It's what it is. I get it.
I mean, when it comes to the idea of having like a Punch-Out developed by the team that, and I was looking at it, I was thinking, wait, there definitely have been like Punch-Out adjacent games, right? And it's like, yeah, like
yes.
Recently I can think about Thunder Ray and Big Boy Boxing. Looking through both of those, it's like I struggle to see anything that has as immediate of an impact, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But thinking about the Peach scenario, just women's boxing Punch-Out, and you develop like good excuse for new characters, new roster, still adjacent to like what I think Next Level has found for when it comes to making their like stabs at the game really stick out. But then also, that means like, okay, cool. Like, let's create new characters that, can still have fun, but that way it's not having to like immediately tie down to the, again, like the stereotypes that came up and have been around since, the inception of the game.
Yeah. Like, it's one of the things that is kind of sad is, even Nintendo has published games that are kind of like that. Like, I was just kind of thinking about ARMS for some reason as you were talking. That's almost a Punch-Out.
Yeah, ARMS is really good. It's just, that era of Switch game, like, all of their sports games, like even the like most recent like Mario Strikers and stuff, all of those games just launched like super unfinished, and then by the time the game was quote unquote done, it's a really good package. It's just now nobody's playing online anymore because it's done
online. Also,
yeah, it was like ARMS and Mario Strikers, and I think there was like a Mario Tennis game, and like a couple of other like of the sports games, and also Kirby, the Star Allies was like that, where they added so much stuff to that game over time, and then eventually it felt like a complete package. But the difference was that Kirby Star Allies is a single player game, so. Like, I waited a couple of years to get it, and then once it was all updated, it's like, oh no, yeah, this game's okay. It's not like the best Kirby game, but it's solid.
Yeah.
But you compare it to, Mario Strikers, where it's just like, it feels like, it feels finished, but now nobody's playing it.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's unfortunate. A Punch-Out for the Wii definitely sticks out as one of those games that, like, I don't know, for me, it made me realize, like, oh, wait, no, I do love this, like, hobby, this just thing that I have grown up with, but also know, like, I can't think of a life where I don't have this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also Piston Hondo's there.
Yep. Like, I kind of just, I kind of don't know how you bring back Punch-Out right now.
Well, I would argue there is at least a good space that it can fill, which, more than anything else, it being a game that you can finish in, like, a 5-hour sitting.
Yeah.
Like, again, like, this being the era where, by the Wii, you didn't really have demo discs anymore. I have vivid memories of just strolling up to the GameStop, picking up the Wii Wiimote and the nunchuck, and just, like, in the span of, like, an hour, all right, I beat Mr. Sandman, I'm at Title Defense. And, like, when you found out about Title Defense, it was like, oh my god, there's a whole other section of this game.
It's really cool, yeah.
It's really cool, and... like, I think you can have something that is, like, easy to pick up and easy to just, like, show anybody. Really important in this day and age. It's like, I saw a post from a friend that, like, his wife, who's never really, like, played games, is playing It Takes Two with him. And something I didn't really think about, that is a really good game to actually teach you how to play and use a controller, since it's having you do so many little like tasks and just like game mechanics at each section. And another part of like Punch-Out Wii is the fact that there is that like level of like intuition of just like, okay, we are teaching you how to play video games through this game that is, aside from the difficulty, just really like beating into memory. How do you control this character? How do you do the functions to get to the next point? And I think that's definitely a space that's always like available. If, the barrier, so to say, is characters, or is like the perception of what that like series looks like. I don't know. Like I said, I feel like there's a way to do it that can get to the core of what still makes that like a fun series.
Yeah, I think they're just worried about the wrong thing. Like, I think they could absolutely just be like, hey, here's a bunch of new boxers, who fucking cares, Like, they don't have to worry about it that much.
Yeah, they did that with Disco Kid. Like, it wasn't even, like, yes, this is a black man that loves black music, but more important than that, he was a goofball. His power-up was that he leaned into a Richard Simmons gimmick.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing, is, like, just have a ridiculous gimmick for all of them. It doesn't need to be race stereotypes.
No, of course not.
It could be...
Yeah, for sure.
Mr. Sandman is just a guy that you will find in Philly sometimes.
Yeah.
And there are multiple
a guy
of him.
from Philly that's special attack is he throws D batteries at you. Someone from Philly.
His special attack is that he can clear a brick wall, which you learn how to do in Philly. Like, oh my god, leaning into city stereotypes, leaning into like...
Yes!
Because ultimately, like, I get it, and especially with the way that, like, again, prior iterations are, but then you also have the other examples of, like, Super Macho Man is just a rich Hollywood elite. You have examples of that in other cultures, and I think that is where you could lean into it. And especially would be funny if it's like, oh, yeah, like, here's, like, just having that roster of, like, what kind of a freak are you getting into the boxing ring? And where is that coming in?
I was talking about this with some folks, and it's like, like Great Tiger doing all this like mythical, like quote unquote mythical, like Indian stuff. It's like, all right, yeah, no, but like if you just like slightly reskin him, and it's like, oh, he's just like a like just make him like a magician, and he's like popping out of a hat or something, like do that kind of shit instead of tying it to like esoteric mysticism shit. There are ways to do it. There
definitely the city stereotypes. You sold me with that one. Because that's just fun. There are so many. You get some fucking crunchy hippie hipster from Seattle. You get,
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of the more recent
they have a soda Popinski gimmick, but it's them holding out their cup of coffee.
You get a Spanish bullfighter.
But I mean, that's the thing too, where it's like, yeah, Don Flamenco.
Exactly.
Nobody gets upset about Don Flamenco. That's where I lean in as well. There are some stereotypes that honestly, like, still run them. It's fine. No one's going to get upset about fucking Aaron Ryan.
Fucking guys from Spain are white guys most of the time, so...
Don Flamenco's whole thing, like, is more just, like, having to make him dodge in certain ways, and also that he has a hairpiece. Like, that's the joke behind him, is that you can knock his hair off and it makes him more mad. Like, like that's a different thing,
Yes, Glass Joe is French, but I mean, they still ran that character in Super Punch-Out, and you have Gabby J. You can still have, like, the weak, what is this guy doing in the first round character?
Yeah.
You still have Von Krieger, or what's his name again? I forget.
Von Kaiser.
Von Kaiser, like, no one's batting an eyelash at those. I understand where they come from.
I don't think you get rid of King Hippo.
Yeah, but also that is definitely one of those iterations that I recognize in terms of just like, here is our unnamed like person from an island, and they are unintelligible.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe you just replace him with you sign a licensing agreement with Keith Lee, and you just have that big dude that moves really fast.
See, yeah, there you go. No, but I mean, like, again, it's like some of those. Yeah, no, I totally get. If you do not want to risk having people like, you know, really drag you through the coals for bringing back something that is like pretty aged out, makes sense. And I'm not going to fight there.
Yes.
But also, you got cheeseburgers in your gloves, Mac. Like...
Yeah. Yeah, it's also, whatever.
It's whatever, ultimately. Go play Punch-Out Wii if you haven't. It's truly
good.
One of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, that, and I mean, I also do very much like the original and the NES. I know some people who are big Super Punch-Out fans. I'm not really like married to it, but you know, they're good games. They're good games.
They did some of that too. They did some of that like generalization too with like Nick and Rick Bruiser or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's there. It's definitely doable.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely like. I would hope somebody can get in there and be like, "All right, here's the vision, and here's how we can do it." Nintendo, you gotta just hear us out on this, because we're doing what we can to just still bring this back home. Who's getting mad about Bear Hugger?
Yeah. All right. That's pretty much the news that I kind of thought was fit to print. Is there anything else that y'all wanted to bring up, or do you want to just run through the rest of the game stuff that we've been up to?
Yeah, was there other news?
Like, not really. I mean, I just want to double check.
I don't feel like there was much of anything. Like, before we were talking about it, I was like, hey, I only care about wrestling right now because I want to hear a new Soken track. Like,
sure.
I guess that's kind of news, but
sure.
I still haven't heard it, so I can't talk about it.
Maverick, what other things did you get up to? What's this last bit here?
Between the times that I was last on, I got a Steam Deck.
Nice. How's that treating you?
It's been good. It's how I managed to get through a good chunk of Metaphor when I was back home over the break.
Sure.
I would say I played UFO 50, but I'm it's definitely been a spur of the moment of just oh yeah, I guess I'll try out this other one. I haven't really sunk my teeth into that game, so I didn't really include it there. Really, it was Hollow Cure and Metaphor that I ended up playing over the break. But
sure.
It's good. I appreciate having something that lets me carry my Steam library around and really just be a bit more intentional with how I am gaming. I feel like by the end of the year, it was tough for me to really center in on what I wanted to play. Metaphor showed up. I've been playing through it, but it was also just moments where I didn't want to touch it at all because I'm just I don't know. I don't have all the time to get through this today. But having a Steam Deck, I'm really hoping I can lean a bit more into just having those random moments of I can latch onto something for the day, boot up one of my smaller games and just really go to town for a little bit.
Yeah. Totally. Have you gotten any emulators on that bad boy?
I did set up Emu Deck. It's just a matter now of actually going through the process of getting all the ROMs in. For sure.
Anything in particular you're excited to check out, or?
Nothing that comes to mind. It's I've got copies of Armored Core 2 and 3 that I can pop in there. I don't know if it'll run my copy of Boku no Natsuyasumi. That's the one thing I'm curious about. If that'll run, because it's the second game with the English patch that Hilltop had put out within the last year. And I'd be hopeful about that, but I just have no idea if it'll run. other than that, I don't know. It's been
It
like
should.
Right. I feel like with that, that's going to be something I take a bit more time to just like, again, like sit down and be like, okay, I have now the entirety of video games as a history available to me.
It's so overwhelming. Like, I'll be honest with you, that's why I don't do emulation as much, just because it's so overwhelming. I'm just like, I need to just focus on what I own, because if I start to just go into emulation, I just don't. I get paralyzed by choice.
Exactly.
So I get it.
And so that's what I'm looking at, where it's cool that I have this as an option now. I'm really gonna just like bide my time and think, what are the things that I want to try out and like really just get into the weeds with.
Yeah. Lorelai, is there anything else you want to touch on real quick?
Yeah, so I have played a shitload of Fantasian Neo Dimension because I never actually played the second part of Fantasian. It released in 2 parts.
And that was on Apple Arcade, which is
on Apple Arcade. So I stopped paying for Apple Arcade after I finished the first part because it wasn't worth it when I was literally using it to play one game. Which the first part is phenomenal. It has an ending. It just so happens that ending is the first half of Final Fantasy VI.
Right.
So it ends, and then all of a sudden the entire world opens up to you. You get more members of you rebuild your party, you get more members. You start hanging out with these people in your party that were only like guest characters kinda. And yeah, it becomes that open, like, I can do these quests in any order I want. Am I going to go here and do this level 35 quests? And is that going to get me one of my characters back? Or is that going to progress the overall story of the world that's like, or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know half the time. It's all new to me. And holy shit, it unlocks like a whole skill tree with super moves and a tension meter that lets you use those super moves when it fills up. And like entire just suddenly I can hold 50 monsters in my portable dungeon to fight them all at once. It is getting wild with how much it adds. Like, I did not expect it. And like, I expected it to just kind of continue being the same systems with, maybe I get back and I have a couple members of my party and it's I just continue going along the story. And it's like, nope, now it's an open world RPG. It's the World of Ruin kind of thing, even though it's the same world, and so much stuff has opened up.
Yeah.
And the story has just completely gripped me, and the boss fights are turning my brain on to a level that I haven't had to, like, even just normal boss fights, I am strategizing even more than I did the super bosses in Metaphor. Like, it is, it caught me off guard a little.
Mm-hmm.
And, hey, this game's really fucking good. Holy shit.
I definitely want to check it out sometime.
I mean, it's like blowing me away. I still like, it feels really weird because it's all like, all the panoramic, like, hey, all of your stages are built on just photos, pretty much. So you get the Resident Evil 1 camera angle switch because it's all set camera angles where if you're holding a controller forward, you keep moving in that direction. But the camera angle switched, so if you move your stick to where what you think would be the direction you want to push, you shouldn't. you need to let go of it completely so it can reset your space in there. Otherwise, you just might turn around and go straight back. Because it's definitely an interesting thing where I'm kind of playing with a keyboard and mouse. I'm just clicking because I'm so used to the finger controller for it.
Right.
It feels good with a controller. It's just that camera angle switch sometimes gets you in the same way that Resident Evil 1 camera angle switches do. But God, strategically, the combat and having all of my characters back and being able to shift up my party mid-fight and the amount of extra abilities I've gotten, it's a good fucking game. It's a good-ass game.
Good to hear.
And even more amazing music.
Yeah.
And I also, I wanted to go back and get the final bit of achievement cleanup that I had in Like a Dragon. And so I decided I wanted to learn how to play Mahjong.
Uh-oh.
And I got really into Mahjong to the point where over the last 2 weeks, since my static has been taking a break from Final Fantasy XIV, the only thing I've done in that game is play Mahjong. And when I'm not playing that game and riding my exercise bike or just not at home in front of my computer, I'm playing Mahjong Soul. And that game has taught me a ton about how to actually play Mahjong rather than just kind of throwing things out willy-nilly. And it turns out Mahjong is kind of addicting.
Sure.
It's complete bullshit luck. The entire game is based around, it's even more so than poker. It's like the kind of game that can be like, dang, there's no way I win this. I'm going to come in. I am just trying to come in third so I only lose 9 points instead of 35 on my ranking. And then you get a hand that's just total bullshit and you go, oh, I went from negative 2,000 to winning. I do not know how. And it's such a luck-based thing that I don't get angry when I lose. But I get really excited when I come in third and only slightly lose.
Right.
It's really, really funny. But it's been an enjoyable time, and God, there are enough bells and whistles with something like Mahjong Soul that I definitely am glad to continue poking at. I'm probably going to continue playing Mahjong for a while as just a daily, I'm going to play this for an hour to wake up in the morning. And it's quite nice. And then I'm going to finally get those last Yakuza achievements that I have in all of the games because I never touched Mahjong with a 10-foot pole. But yeah, that's it gaming-wise for me.
Okay. Then just to wrap myself up here, I found a YouTube channel that was talking a bunch about Pikmin games, and so I got the urge to play a Pikmin game, and Hey Pikmin, I downloaded it for the 3DS, and it's okay. It's not that good, but it's okay. I don't really have anything to say about it. I just thought it was funny that I played Hey Pikmin.
Hey Pikmin.
Hey. Yeah, Olimar goes, hey, whenever he, whistles in that game. It's very weird.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, it's a very bizarre game, but it's not horrible. It's just a little puzzle platformer. Louie. Pikmin's great. I love Pikmin.
Hey, fucker.
You fucker. All right, well, that is almost everything. We got one last thing to do, and that is to answer your questions. If you want to send in questions, you could go to gamesline.tumblr.com/ask, or you can join our Discord server at thegamezone.zone. We have a thread in there where you can send questions, and people are using it. I think it's a good idea, which is why we did it. So First off, we have a question from Discord user Piss Challenges, which I don't know about that one. In the previous episode, you talked about advertising in games, and this is something I've thought about in the past. Compared to other mediums, I think games are typically the most tolerable to see advertising in, and gamers are much more comfortable with being advertised to. Getting to see a showcase of trailers is considered a special occasion, and some people like it less when they have to watch things that aren't trailers. As for in-game advertising, I find a lot of instances of that to be enjoyable rather than passive, like billboards in an open-world city, goofy, like the Monster Energy drinks in Death Stranding, or beneficial, like a branded healing item. I haven't played Destiny 2 in a while, but my banner was one I got from a can of Rockstar Energy drink, which I kept for years because it was funny. I also find myself looking back to my childhood in the aughts, where I spent a lot of time playing Flash games that were just ads. Some of them were fun. Aside from mobile games, in-game advertising is rarely an interruption, and I think that's a core part of why people dislike advertising. I have to stop watching or skip through in an ad break in a more passive medium like a video or a podcast. What are your thoughts on the matter? When is an ad tolerable, or intolerable, or even enjoyable? How do you feel on the subject of the adver game? I think I kind of talked about it last time, but it's one of those things where it's like, I don't really like to be advertised to per se, like at all, but if it's in that thing, keep it in there. Like, if it's already in there, like them removing the monster from Death Stranding, it's just like, come on, like that was part of it. It was funny. You got to see Sam Porter Bridges chug down 5 Monster Energy drinks, and then you go and piss straight blood so you can throw blood grenades at people, like it's...
Look, I gotta piss blood at the shadows.
I need to. It's imperative for me to destroy my kidneys right now. And...
Wait, did they remove the Monster Energy from it?
So when they did the director's cut, they removed the advertisement, yeah. It's just like a generic thing now, yeah. They did not remove all the ads for Norman Reedus's like motorcycle show on A&E or whatever the fuck. Which, again, is very funny.
Yes.
And there's bits where like if you get on a motorcycle, sometimes Sam Bridges will be like, man, this is just like Norman Reedus's motorcycle show. I wish I could watch that right now. It's like, I guess it's just when it's funny, I like it. When it's not funny, I'm just like, all right, whatever. And again, if it's not super obstructive, is when it's like, okay, whatever. Like, if it's, like in a racing game, you'll see like some of it's even realistic, because like in a racing game, there's advertisements all over the track in real life. You having those same ads in the racing game just makes it feel a little more realistic. Like, of course you're gonna have, ads for Samsung or whatever when you're playing a baseball game because that's how it is in real life.
Sports games should always have that. Like, otherwise it feels unnatural when you see like white boards in a hockey game that have nothing on them, and it's like, no. Every single one of those needs to have an ad on it. I'm sorry.
And I mean, partially it's like they could just make something up.
And you can,
some games do that, make them and that up. Could be fun.
Like, nothing will ever entertain me more than like every time I used to watch a San Jose Sharks game, there was the Bad Dogs bail bonds. A person in a shirt standing behind the penalty box that was also labeled with the fucking...
Yeah, I mean, like I scrabble through stuff. I scrabble through ads when I'm like listening to podcasts a lot of the time. Like, some of it is also just that it's not associated with the thing that you're doing too. Because, and I'm listening to Behind the Bastards, and I start getting an ad for, like, I don't know, like, getting a will drafted up. I'm just like, I'm not thinking about that right now. I mean, maybe that is something I will have to think about eventually, but I'm just like, I don't fucking know. I don't care. I'm sorry.
I think it's also a level of just, like, I'm trying to think about the best way to say it, but I feel like the modern age of advertisement comes from a point where the average American is so worried about being scammed.
Yeah.
Scams have always been around. There's always been that worry of like a potential loss of money, but it's like now more than ever, now that literally everything about you can essentially be, up for offer when it comes to like data collection, there is sort of like this level. I think about the ads primarily that I see a lot of, where it's like nowadays it's a lot of sports betting. Nowadays it's a lot of finance tracking. It's a lot of just
I was gonna say like that's the big thing is like you like there are people that are just straight up nostalgic for ads. Like there are people who are like there's people who are like, oh my god, I found an upload of like a night's worth of Toonami where they have all the ads in there. Like there's people that like that stuff because that does kind of remind you of a specific era. And some of those ads could be kind of funny, or they were for things that you are like, oh, I remember that toy, or oh, I remember that food promotion. Like, I remember my family going to go get that. And it's just like, yeah, a lot of the ads that you're getting these days are just like bullshit that's trying to take your money. Yeah, like you watch a sports game and they're just like, hey, why aren't you betting on this? Why aren't you gambling? Why aren't you, trying to do rocket money shit because you're like, because everyone's just getting scammed and everyone's broke and it's just like, oh my god, it sucks. It sucks and it's sad.
I will also say, so recently AEW has been airing on HBO Max, whatever. Mm-hmm. But the Max has a bunch of Rocket Money ads.
Yep.
And those are the most like underproduced, just shitty ads ever. That when you see them next to like every other commercial that Max still like airs, since especially like for live broadcasts, you're effectively seeing the same stuff that's on like a TBS broadcast. It's like, man, I take for granted the fact that there is a level of craft to creating an advertisement. I mean,
yeah, it's legitimately worse now.
Yeah.
Like, it's all just YouTube ads everywhere.
Yeah.
It's all the fucking AI voice. If I have to hear one of those AI voices one more time while I'm watching something on actual television, I'm gonna fucking snap.
It's AI voices. It's people, like, again, I think about that one Rocket ad that's like, here's two people, I guess, having a podcast, but then they're just talking about their finances. Because that somehow is good content, but then it's also like, why are you both just sitting in this nondescript room with no, like, actual discussion? You're just talking into two microphones. And, like, I don't know. There's so many layers to it that make it feel so, like, to somehow go back to my whole thing about how December was like oh, man. It definitely was sort of that feeling of just like, man, there is something that we have kind of lost in this last year, especially, of just being intentional when it came to even just the minutia of like advertisements, and like to bring it back around to the advert game. Oh, you better believe I was on fucking post.com playing like the Waffle Crisp adventure game. Or I mean, like, growing up on CartoonNetwork.com, where, these are games that are, like, making me think about the shows I'm going to watch, and in between those shows are going to be commercials for candy and cookies and sweets and treats and a new toy, maybe. But, there was still a level of care to make it stuff that I wanted to try out, and that's what's missing in a lot of that, like, current setup. I mean, the closest we get to it is having a like gotcha banner that's either really funny or makes sense, or is something that is actually paying attention to its audience a little. Or it's like really funny when it's like, I want to get like the designer glasses in Tekken 8 because the idea of like this boutique Japanese designer wear being something I can get for fucking Heihachi Mishima. that tickles a certain funny bone. That leads me back to like, Tony Hawk 2 or Tony Hawk's American Wasteland, where you listen to the Sirius XM Tony Hawk show as you're going through all of Los Angeles. Like, it's completing a world sense where there is an understanding that the world is wanting to sell you stuff. Mm-hmm. But in a way that is still, I guess, having fun with it.
Yeah.
It's kind of why I kind of miss the advert games that existed in the past. Like, the last even remotely playable advert game was probably that Chester Cheetah thing they made.
Too Cool to Fool or whatever? Is that what you're talking about?
I forget. It was like a fucking endless runner or a stage runner kind of thing that was genuinely, like, actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's just, like, so much dog shit coming out. Like, how do you fuck up a remake of Chex Quest? Come on, y'all.
Yeah.
It's Chex Quest.
It's Chex Quest.
And it's stuff like there's stuff like that used to exist, you know, Cool Spot or whatever, where they actually put their effort into making something decent instead of just shitting something out.
Remember that like really solid Ronald McDonald game that like Sunsoft made, I think for like Super Nintendo?
Yeah. Like there's weird shit that I kind of wish they would sometimes do, but they just don't anymore with games where, you know, it's there are things you could do. You could just make a good ass game, like a shooter or something, call it fucking Old Spice and do the Ant-Man thing where you just have hidden Old Spice everywhere in the background.
Mm-hmm.
But it isn't actually important to the plot at all. It's just there.
Yeah.
You know, make something. Do something fun with it. You know, like, I mean, Death Stranding is exactly that. Where it's just like, I'm chugging a Monster, drinking a Budweiser. It's gotta be
unobtrusive, and it's gotta have a sense of humor to it. Those are that's what I need.
Or even if it's obtrusive, like the fucking Norman Reedus motorcycle ads, that shit's funny.
Yeah, have a sense of humor, like
because Norman Reedus's motorcycle is covering his dick when he showers. Like that shit's funny. That shit's great. Do more. Do more like that if you're gonna shove advertising in my games, or even then, like just make something that is playable. Like, I think the perfect place for that would be like a Gran Turismo game.
Yeah.
Or a racing game where you just have like the demo of it be one specific car. Like, you know, Honda wants to, you know, here's your Honda Accord thing that you pay $2 for or whatever, and you get Gran Turismo 8, but you can only use the Honda Accord. So, you could do things that aren't terrible that honestly I would probably fuck with that because it's like, hey, I like racing games, and if I only have to pay $2 to check it out, it might get me to buy the full version of it, but it would give me what used to be a demo with a little more customization than a demo would have if I wanted to play and dig into it, you know?
Yeah.
You know, there are things you could do with advertising that would work, that wouldn't piss me off, that wouldn't make me angry like I am every day, every time I want to watch a fucking YouTube video and I have to see someone telling me about fucking pie or whatever the fuck it is. Like, look at some ugly ass white guy's face for 30 seconds because every single ad blocker can't skip YouTube ads now, except for apparently that one.
Like, here's my video.
Probably can't.
Here's my video on the crippling gambling culture and how it kind of just scams you out of all your money. You know what's not a scam, though? My sponsor. Payday loans.
Yeah, exactly. You can't go anywhere on the internet now And they've found workarounds to every single ad blocker that I can find so far. If you have any good ones, please suggest them because I fucking need something because I don't want to be on the fucking internet anymore.
I just pay for premium at this point. It's like this is the thing I use the most out of like any of my platforms or like pieces of internet usage next to like Discord at this point.
Yeah.
Might as well pay to have less clutter in there. But that's like on my end. Like, for sure, if there is like a more powerful ad blocker out there, I'm sure somebody knows how to use that. And also, if you're saying I'm a chump for using YouTube, yeah, no, you're right. I have disposable income now. Again, it is... To keep sanity on the internet now, you need to recognize a level of defeat. Not defeat that leads you to just fully, you know, go into like the conservative like mindscape, but at least enough to be like, it's only like what, $20, $15. That said, Netflix can fucking miss me with their membership. Dog,
like,
not.
I just fucking loathe so much right now that fucking YouTube has completely gotten rid of the ability to just hit play all on a channel.
Yeah.
And just watch all their shit. You have to go to some other person's fucking website, pop the link in to be able to create a fucking playlist. Yeah. And that doesn't even work half the time. It's so maddening because like part of the thing I'd like to do is like find some channel I'm like, oh, that's a really good video. I'm going to watch a bunch of their stuff in a row and whatnot. And you can't do that anymore. Unless you want to keep hitting the back button and then clicking on the next. It sucks.
Yeah.
Just. Why y'all making your websites worse?
The profit margins.
Doing the same fucking thing with your operating systems. Keep trying to get me to upgrade to Windows 11 or 12 or whatever the fuck it is.
The profit margins, Lorelai, the profit margins.
I know, it's just, and trying to force it with, hey, we aren't even going to do virus scan updates for the previous version anymore, so you have to update. It's like, fuck you.
Maybe if he completes a speedrun, we'll see a difference.
Yeah. All right. Cello Buster asks, what are your New Year's gamerlutions?
I mean, for me, it's making sure I finish any game I start, and I only start games I intend to finish. Like, and also continue to like branch out more than I have, because I think one of my biggest issues is I get locked into like Final Fantasy 14, and honestly, my mental health has been a lot better since I have just like only log into 14 when I want to hang out with my friends.
Sure.
Like, I love the game. I think it's better right now than it has been in a long time, but I also log in like once a week.
Yeah.
Hang out with friends or play Mahjong, and then I just, play other games, and it's been really nice.
I think for me, it's definitely like, by the end of 2024, one thing I kind of realized was now that my life is kind of together now, games were, for the last couple of years, a big, like, escape. But I can't look at them like that anymore. I have to look at them as, like, a hobby. I have to look at them as something I willingly want to enjoy doing, which... Maverick, what are you talking about? Why do you have that mindset? Look... maybe, just maybe, I am not as neurotypical as I think I am.
Yeah.
Just maybe. And so that means I have to reframe a little bit of that, which also means probably, like, having more of a schedule for, like, what I want to play. Like, I'm at the tail end of Metaphor. Maybe tonight I actually finish the damn thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's going to be done soon. I have a bunch of stuff in my backlog that I want to try out, that I want to get to. But I think doing it in a way where I have, like, my extensive time sink, and then I have my thing that I can, like, use as a way to decompress and unwind, that might be the avenue I go. Or just, like, even saying, what are the games that I want to try out this month? One that is, like, contemporary, one maybe that is in my backlog, even. Just being more deliberate about how I, like, do my plays. I haven't touched Tekken 8 in a bit. Maybe I go back in and I really start to, like, learn, you know, how to play Lily and, like, how to get myself to a more competent point.
I will actually say I'm going to be a little bit more of the opposite. I'm going to try my best to not get hung up on finishing games. I'm going to just, if I don't like something, I'm going to hit the bricks.
Oh yeah, that's definitely also, I agree with you there. Like, if I start a game and it's like, yeah, no, I can feel that.
But I also do want to check out more stuff, and I wanna play more games that I've like. So I need to get through the backlog, or I need to stick my toes into the backlog.
Yeah, I've honestly started to run under a bit of a rule that if and it's part of the reason I did start buying games on Steam again. Though, if a game doesn't grab me within the Steam's, you know, return time 2 hours. I'm just gonna fucking return it. Like, I think I have to.
Yeah.
Because there are so many games on my list that are like, I started that, I did not like it, I still have it, I should have just returned that and gotten my money back. And considering that's kind of the only way to do it now, it's part of why I've been, like, joining you in the physical game buying market zone, because if I don't like a physical game, I can return it and get 3/4 of my money back, or half, and that's better than nothing.
Yeah. All right, and one last question. It's from Solon. It says, "Hi Gamesliners, Happy New Year. What are some of the design or style trends that you want to see more of going into 2025, and what are ones you want to leave behind in 2024? So what are the trends do you want to see, and what do you not want to bring into this year?"
Honestly, and this is going to be weird coming from me, the person who plays every single farm game for hours and hours on end, can we just give a break to the cozy game farm sim genre for a bit?
You're gonna ruin every Nintendo Direct, though. Can
we just let Fields of Mystria be the one of the, you know, and the whatever the Rune Factory one is? Can we just let that be it for the year? Because both those games, like Fields of Mystria, currently early access, phenomenal. I don't need 20 of them. I don't want 20 of them, because these are games that I put on, and I usually play 100 hours if I really like it. If I'm really enjoying it, it becomes that relaxed thing for me.
Yeah.
I just want 1 or 2. I don't need 8, 9, because it just means I go and I just never come back. You know, once I start another, I never touch the previous one anymore.
Yeah.
And just stop at the 2 that we have announced already, and that's all we need.
Slow the roll.
Like, because we had like 20 of them last year. We had way too many.
Yeah, I get where it came from. I mean, especially, you know, the reason why it did sort of like get birthed out. But also, I think there needs to be more stuff that branches out from that. Like, God, this past year, now that I actually think about it, it's still here on my like desktop. There's a demo I played for a game called 500 Caliber Contracts that like is a seeped like mid like early 2000s like web 2.0 like the fucking Winamp like skin Super Mario 64 equivalent with like a gun where you're doing platforming with the bullets that you're shooting. And it's really fun, and it's like really evocative of like what that time was. So like, as you know, as the nostalgia cycle gets deeper into the early 2000s, if that's where like the needle is pointing, we gotta dig a little bit deeper than just we gotta get deeper into that aesthetic and really, you know, like, get the stuff that is, at this point, not just post 9/11, but, like, deep in the weeds about, like, the war on terror, essentially. Where, like, I don't know. In with more of that, in with stuff that is, like, a little bit grimier. And then, out with cozy. I want more sports. I want more extreme sports games that are more arcadey. Like,
I would love I would love a return of like the SSX style fucking snowboarding game with just straight up about fun.
Yeah.
Like, I like while we're at it, I'm going to go back to my cozy games thing. And I also want to add, if you're going to make a 2D pixel art RPG, stop having it look exactly the same. Like, there were so many pixel art RPGs that I played through over the last, like, 2 years. And I don't even remember which one is which when I'm talking about them.
Yeah.
Like, that's, like, the biggest issue with, like, the other year where you had, like, the, what were they? There was the...
Chained Echoes and Stars
Sea
of
of Stars.
Chained Echoes and Sea of Stars. I can't tell the difference between them, like, half the time. It's really frustrating in that, like, I know right now I'm really excited about Suikoden, and the entire reason I am is like, hey, if you're going to have a 2D pixel art RPG, at least have your animations have as much life as Suikoden's did 50 fucking years ago. It's really, really frustrating that like that's also an issue for me with Eiyuden Chronicle. I really like Eiyuden Chronicle and the way it looks, but it is less expressive. It feels less expressive at times than Suikoden did 24 years ago. And like, I don't know if it's the HD 2D thing that's bringing things down a little bit. But like, honestly, the only HD 2D game that's good that's being pulled off well has been like Octopath Traveler is fucking gorgeous. I mean, they were kind of the ones that created the whole thing, but they're still the only ones that seem to fully get like how pixel art should move in that environment. And I just, if you're going to do a pixel art game, please be expressive. There's so many like people I'm following on like social media making like beat 'em ups that are coming up that I'm 10 times more excited about than a lot of other things, because they're showing their pixel art progress, and it is just like, oh, these guys are fucking good at making everything feel alive and expressive. And like, please, pixel art is fucking gorgeous. Do more with it than you are.
Out in 2025, like, God, I had a whole bit. Horror. Specifically, like, the backrooms adjacent horror.
Yeah.
Because it really just boils down to, what if there was a place and you felt upset by the place? Which, like, in other iterations, there's so much that you can do with that. But a lot of it amounts to, you know, the entity or the try not to be a racist in the back rooms. Stuff like that.
Yeah. Like that, yeah, there's too much. I hope we can get away from the this game became popular, so here's 20 fucking versions of it. Like what's the game where you're in the Lethal Company? Lethal Company hit, and then suddenly there were 30 fucking Lethal Company likes that all also got super popular on, you know, but like, we don't need more than Lethal Company. Like, stop.
There was a like deduction game I saw recently where the whole bit was everybody's in an office setting and you're kind of like having to like pick apart between the actual office workers and like the slackers. And that was actually pretty like inventive, where like, depending on the trajectory, you know, if somebody like essentially like outed the boss out somehow, you get a new boss, you have a whole new like shifting of the table, and you got to like actually, you know, figure out how you're going to win. It took the social deduction in a way that was like fun, interesting, and more than just, you know, am I doing my tasks? Am I like doing stuff in a way that is like giving away that I am or am not like the killer? So more stuff like that. Trying to think if there's anything that really sticks out as something that I want. Because I don't know. It's like right now, I really do just play games in a way where, like, if it looks cool and it seems neat, then I'm going to get it. But there's nothing that I can immediately think of that I'm like, oh, I need this. Like, the last game that I was like that about was Infinite Wealth.
Mm-hmm.
So, whatever's coming through now, I'm just open to something that'll make me still appreciate, you know, the fact that video games is still a hobby that I like to commit to.
Yeah.
Oh, and we are going to get more shitty Balatro clones. I can believe it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a Mahjong one that released. It's not good.
I saw that there's a roulette one that came out. There's we're in it for a bit.
Look, I at least kind of respect that they're doing different games, you know? Like, they're trying. I don't know. Like, I don't really want to, like, just say no to anything. Like, there's always a way to do something cool with everything. I mean, I think the one thing, basically, is just I am absolutely continuing to be sick of any, like, parody VN bullshit things. That's my only thing that I would say. Just get rid of that forever. I don't care about any of that bullshit. But for stuff to bring into the new year, I think it's less a trend for designer style and more just like a way that we look at games. I hope that we give the exact same amount of credence to smaller games that we do larger games. Like how people finally were like, oh yeah, no, Balatro is a Game of the Year contender. Like, just because a game is an indie game or smaller game, like, this isn't something that I have to do. This is something that the industry has to do. I hope the industry just treats smaller games with more respect, I would say.
There was an article that I read recently that, like, alongside that, I think recognizing that there is such a America-centric lens about what is and isn't a game.
That too, yeah.
Where this was a games reporter from Brazil, and famously, you know, because of the prices of just like the modern console in Brazil, a lot of folks will just stick to, you know, having a PS2, having a like Sega Genesis, and from that you have this whole community of like modded games, updated patches. I learned that there was like a soccer game that came out probably 1 year, and people just developed mods to update the roster themselves to still keep it up to date. And it's like, that is unconventional, but I would still call that a game. I would still call that something that is like played. Now, is it probably something that I'm the most interested in? No, but that's a different, like, I think bringing into 2025 the difference between saying something is a video game versus saying something is a video game I would play. Because, you know, they still make FIFAs. They still make NCAAs. They still make these monoliths that, we don't play, but we're also in the minority there. To an extent.
Yeah, absolutely. Just being open to different kinds of games, different experiences, and, you know, learning more about places that aren't just here in general and in regards to games. Let us be more open on this big ol' internet that we have.
2025, you're playing the video game of love.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. All right, and thank you everybody for listening. I'm so happy to have to be here. 2025, brand new year. We're gonna see how it shakes out. Gamesline, it's time. I think it's time. I don't know. I feel good about it. I feel good, and this time I really feel good. I'm not just saying. I mean, I was never just saying it, but we got the gumption here. All right, we can do shit with Gamesline, and I'm excited to see where it takes us. So if you want to also join us on that journey, you can go to gamesline.net. You can follow along with what we're doing. We're posting articles, we're writing stuff, we're podcasting, we're doing that. We have our Twitter at the Gamesline. We have Blue Sky, gamesline.net. Got our Tumblr, gamesline.tumblr.com. We have our facebook.com/gamesline, youtube.com/@the Gamesline, and twitch.tv/GameslineTV. Those are all the places you can go to check out our stuff. If you want to support us, it's patreon.com/Gamesline, $3 a month. And we're gonna, we've started to list names after our videos and the like. If there's other things that you would like us to do for Patreon shoutouts, please let us know. I don't know, maybe we could do stuff like, at the end of the podcast, shout out a name. I don't know. You figure that out. We got Discord, thegamezone.zone. Type that into your web browser and it'll bring you straight there. And you can send questions in there too, if you so choose. And thank you to Melt Channel/Magic Circuit for our theme song Crush off of the album Magic is Real. If you want to listen to their stuff, it's meltchannel.bandcamp.com or magic-circuit.bandcamp.com. And they're still doing Bandcamp Fridays, so next month, hop on that. First Friday of the month. Maverick, where can people find you?
People can still find me on Twitter over at Maverick Drifter. If you want to find me on Blue Sky, I'm not posting there as much yet. Trying to figure that out. It's I think at Just Maverick.
That's a good one. You got a good one there.
Yep, that I did.
Lorelai, how about yourself?
Yep, you can find me pretty much everywhere at Judgment Scythe. I'm that's pretty much it. Streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Blue Skeetin'. I don't know what the fuck they're calling it.
I don't call it that. I don't condone that.
Posting, if you will.
I post.
You could see me posting about Mahjong constantly, I guess.
Yeah. I'm on Twitter and Blue Sky. Twitter at JOHN_MICHONSKI, and then Blue Sky is at JOHNMICHON. I'm kind of doing that like cross post thing, except sometimes I forget to post on both of them, so I guess I don't know, I'm just posted. Fuck it. Who cares? I'm posting. The Gamesline, has a Blue Sky, and that it's popping off sometimes on there. So, gaming, everybody, gaming. And but that should do it, everybody. Thank you so much for listening, y'all. If there's nothing else that you all want to talk about, we could just we're done here. Thank you so much for listening. We'll be back next time with another episode of the Gamesline Podcast. So long.